Oh, diesels don't like to start, so let's see if this thing will fire up. I'm actually surprised it did. Good day, everybody, welcome to today's video. This is Jerry from BackCountry Wrenching, and today's a sad video. If you guys have been watching, my Volkswagen Jetta got the red steering wheel of death, no power steering. This can be a very expensive repair if I have to replace the steering rack. This is where we got to be crucial about troubleshooting and not to get the parts cannon out. We have to look at all the receipts and do some investigation before we make a decision. All I can tell you is the day I drove my car home from work, it was absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever. Went out that evening to go to work, started my car, red steering wheel death. I got power steering module failure. I have the steering angle sensor failure. That's it. Shut her down. Let's look at the receipts. I know there's power going to the power steering rack. So as you guys know from just watching those clips, we have main power going down to the steering rack. Do we have power at the steering rack? We don't know yet. We haven't got that far yet. Let's look at the receipts, what VAGCOM had found. And we can see right here, 2 faults found. Steering angle sensor, no communication. 1309 power steering control module, J500. Some big code right there, function restriction due to missing message. Address 19 CAN, 2 faults. And I also printed off some worksheets from a service manual, because I buy the service manuals for all my vehicles and I download them and print off sheets as I so far need. So basically what I found out is that the J500 has either failed or there's some sort of wiring issue at hand. In most cases, from what I've been researching, it is the steering rack. The steering rack with core, I'm looking at $1,200 plus. Dropping the subframe is going to be a big job. Do I need to program the power steering rack afterwards is another thing. Do I need a steering rack? That is something we're going to have to figure out. However, just before I came into the garage to start filming, I started poking around and I found something. I found something down there. And will I get lucky? I'm not too sure. So you gotta look down there. You see the broken wire there? There's a purple and black and 2 orange ones. And I don't know how that happened. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if some sort of critter crawled up here. It is cold outside. Maybe they thought my vehicle's warm. However, we gotta go to the wiring harness here. So, we got a purple and black. And these are 2 orange wires, the CAN bus. Is that my issue? Can I get off lucky? I need to repair those wires first. And by doing that, I'm going to get the air box out of the way. And then we're going to have a look at those wires. I'm going to go a different route now. I was trying to remove the air box, but the mass airflow sensor plastic's all hard right now, and the air box There's like an airbox tube underneath, and that plastic's all super hard, and I don't feel like messing around and breaking plastic, so just gonna go ahead and get all these out. My flashlight fell down below. Can I fish it out? There we go. Success. I think this might be our problem. So we got purple and black, orange and black. It's like a orange and brown or something. Come here. SW is black. So we got a purple and black. This is the plug. So we got orange and brown, orange and black. Yeah, I'm going to solder those up. I think it might be in business. So I got everything prepped up, and what I think is that the wire was just too tight. And as the car gets older, things get stiffer and there's just too much tension on those wires, and they finally broke. Because this harness here fits in a clip, but I think once I get it all soldered together, I'm just gonna zip tie to here. I was going to put in some jumper wires, but I know the CAN bus is sensitive to resistance, so I'm hoping the soldering won't affect that. I got my TS100 soldering iron right there. Let's hope this is the fix. I always hype about this digital soldering iron I got. It's old now. There's probably some that are way better, but this TS100, it's got adjustable temperature and all that, has been a lifesaver to me. Let's hope this plays out. Oh, I'm so nervous. I hope this is the fix, because I don't want to spend $1,000+ on a steering rack if it could be this simple problem. These wires are nice and thin, so this purple one, if I'm correct, is a power wire. And now I gotta make sure I got these CAN bus wires right. So we got when you got big sausage fingers, it's hard to twist these little wires. There. Sausage fingers has its limitations. Alright. And then, ouch. It's a little warm. Let's get this last wire here. And come on. There, that one's soldered. This is the smallest heat shrink tubing I have. What the heck? We're running out of fuel here. Actually, I'm gonna zip tie it to this hose so that the wires aren't getting stressed out. I'll put the headlight in, hook up the battery, and moment of truth. Oh, I'm nervous. This is the moment of truth. See what happens. Oh yes, power steering is back. I got the yellow light. Probably because the steering wheel sensor needs to be reset, but yes, car is fixed. There, I just cleared it by taking the steering wheel fully to the left, fully to the right. Code is cleared. And this is such a relief. Such a relief. Holy shutter down, what a relief that I got so lucky to find those 3 wires that turned out to be the 2 CAN bus wire and the power wire to the power steering module. Soldered those back together. Back in business. This is what I tell people all the time. Troubleshoot, troubleshoot, troubleshoot. Just don't get the parts cannon out. A new power steering rack would have been about $1,400. Would have installed that power steering rack. Would have came up with the same issue. And it would have been sadness all around. The big question is, if this vehicle would have went to a garage, what do you think would have happened? Do you think the dealership would have replaced the power steering rack? And then called you back and said, we still have the issue. You're going to need a brand new wiring harness to try to backtrack for their issues. Do you think a shop would have been honest, found the broken wires, repaired them, got you back on the road? I'd like to know in the comments below what you guys think. But either way, knowledge is key. Have the wiring schematics. Do some research. Understand the process. The more you understand the process, the more you'll be able to figure it out. I was ready. Start to look at the wiring underneath, what it would have took to take it out. I did get the instructions to remove the power steering rack just in case I need to go that route. I think it would have been pretty awkward without a lift, but it was still doable. But I'm telling you right now, you have no idea how good I feel. It would be almost motherfucking beer time right now, but I got some jerky that I'm going to be making first, and then we're going to crack a beer and have some jerky. But holy, what a lifesaver this was. Saved me so much money. Did I need VAGCOM? No, I didn't, because my other scanner was able to pull up the same data. However, having a service manual was key. I was able to print off all these sheets of the wiring schematics, grounds, power, how to take apart the steering, remove it step by step. But this was crucial. This was the key right here. I knew with the CAN bus wires, or the CAN bus airs, I had to check the CAN bus wires. And I knew there's 2 powers. This was the main one coming off of the fuse bank, the one I checked outside in the cold. This little purple one, but it went to SC14. Does it show it on here? Yeah, fuse 14 on fuse panel C. It's connected to a whole bunch of other things. So I know that fuse wasn't broken, but I needed to know the wires of these CAN bus before they went into the plug, and I got lucky. So after having the struggle bus come in hard or keep on running me over, it was nice to get a break. It was nice to solve the issue, have something easy. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, why did I drive my vehicle one day, park it, and it was fine, then come out like 10 hours later, and boom, dead. Baby girl, Carmen's. Rawr, belly rubs? I fixed my car. My car's fixed, Carmen. How do you feel? Rawr. Hey? Are you happy? What does that mean? Are we going to have extra cuddles tonight? Are we? Rawr. Rawr. What are you doing? Rawr. So I took a trip down to Princess Auto. I needed to get some vacuum sealing bags for my vacuum sealer, and I'm always so bad for impulse buying because I picked up some jerky mix. I decided I haven't tried that one, so I'm going to give it a whirl. Then they had the ammo crates on sale. Did I need one? No, but I still got one. I came out with another ammo crate. That's a good price. This is a 4-pack. So you get a whole bunch of other ones in there as well. It's a wicked deal. Store nice and try this jerky mix out. I dehydrate some more. What's this? $15. Valid January 2nd to 31st. Gonna have to keep that. So the struggle bus decided it wants to come back. Now my coolant gauge in my JK doesn't work. No, it does. I just turned off my Jeep and restarted it. Now it works. Crazy. Now it's time to make some jerky. I'm going to use the Cabela's jerky slicer I picked up a little while ago. I'm telling you, this thing is slick. Super slick. So I got my roast I picked up, cutting board I just washed up. Hopefully this jerky mix will be good. I've never tried this style before, but I'm definitely going to give it a whirl. That looks so delicious. I'm going to run it through the slicer, cut it up. I like my jerky into small pieces. That's why I cut it the way I do. And then run it through. Look at that. Effortless. I will tell you right now, you got to be careful when you clean it because there's a lot of sharp parts and you could get yourself cut. So be aware of that if you do buy one. Now we're going to add the seasoning to the cure. And I let it sit overnight, typically, before I throw it in the dehydrator. And will that beef jerky be good? You want some belly rubs? Do you want some belly rubs? Or do you want to lick me and taste me before you bite me? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to bite me? Do you want some belly rubs? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Do you? Do you? I don't know what it is, but I'm getting punished so bad. I had to use the boost feature on the JK to get started. It's got a brand new battery. And now my stereo has no volume. I don't get it. Perhaps I got a parasitic drain I need to look at. It's like the stereo's not powering down. I pulled the fuse, and now it'll turn off with the ignition. That'll be one less thing causing a battery drain. And what you see is that green fuse right there. You need to pull that fuse and everything will power down. Just trying to see if I could use a torch to free it up. Ground down a bolt, stuck it in there as a wedge. Seems to be working quite nicely now. That looks pretty good to me. Wheels look pretty straight as well. Tighten her up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That one feels like it's stripped out. That's not good. That's exactly what happened. Threads were so rotten they stripped out, but luckily I got a nylock here. Struggle's real. So cold, I threw a cheap cardboard flap in the front for the next few days. I usually let my jerky cure overnight. These slices are pretty thin, so I'm only gonna go 4.5 hours at 167 degrees. And that should make a beautiful jerky in the dehydrator. Got an 1.5 hours left and it's looking good. Oh yes, we're done. Oh, Look at that yummy goodness. That's a nice haul. I know quite a few people in the previous video talked about trim off the fat because it'll get rancid. Trust me. These are all going into the freezer. And then when I want to snack on them or take them camping, I take them out and they're consumed within the day. I'm not too worried about that. And the fat's the best part. I've already been tasting it. But let's have a look at this. This baby is going to be so good. I love beef jerky, and a dehydrator does a wicked job. So good. Vacuum sealer has been a lifesaver for sure. These bags I picked up from Princess Auto worked in the Cabela's vacuum sealer because it says right there, compatible with most vacuum sealers. It's time to crack open a beer. And tonight's beer is going to be Alberto Saurus Tart Fruit Ale. Love the sour beers. It's got like a T-Rex crushing a keg, spewing out all over. All right. Oh, I need to get my finger underneath there. My finger's all dirty from working on the Jeep. Shut her down. All right, shut her down. Motherfucking beer time, everybody. The struggle bus is still here. It must have just stopped to get some fuel because it came back and kept running me over. I don't know when I'm going to get a break, but I just got to stay positive and keep powering through all these issues I get. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's going to be many more shit shows in the future. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay warm, because with the wind chill, it's below -40. Too cold. See you later.